What's up, y'all? It's your girl, El Rochelle, here with Hardwood Divas, NBA games to watch for the week of December 23rd. Yo, it is like Christmas time, y'all. We've got some really exciting games this week. I am hype about basketball. As football season winds down, basketball season really starts ramping up, and that is the best time of the year for me. So, first up today, Monday, the 23rd, 4:30 p.m. on League Pass, we've got the Atlanta Hawks versus the Miami Heat. Y'all know how I feel about the Eastern Conference. There are not a lot of games to watch. However, Atlanta, as always, is up there, top four versus the Heat. So that's going to be a very interesting game to watch, watching these two teams kind of battle it out. Atlanta does fairly well usually in the regular season. It's when they get to the playoffs that things kind of start to go south. So it should be a pretty interesting game as a regular season game. 6 p.m. League Pass, Lakers versus the Suns. The Phoenix Suns are quietly doing their thing. They're currently second in the Pacific Division, only behind the Clippers. And the Lakers are kind of trying to get up there. As everyone knows, or well, most people know, Kobe is out again, this time for 6 weeks for a fracture in his knee. So he gonna be gone for a little bit. But, of course, to me, this is kind of good for the Lakers. They were doing fairly well, kind of starting to gel with him. I think they could possibly make the playoffs with or without him. So, this should be an interesting game because they like to run it up and down. When Kobe's not there, it's a lot easier for, you know, the likes of Swaggy P, young, Mr. Nick Young, to kind of get into his groove. He and Pau Gasol had a nice little game. I believe it was Friday night. So, you start to see kind of that energy and that D'Antoni style of play when Kobe's not in the game. He kind of slows it down a little bit. So while he's out, they'll have fun again, I guess. Tuesday, there are no games on Christmas Eve. I guess they want folks to have family time because they're going to spend all their time watching Christmas basketball and playing Christmas basketball. So Christmas Eve, y'all get that holiday. Y'all get Christmas Eve, but because we taking over Christmas. So on Christmas Day, Wednesday, we've got 5 games. And I know I normally only pick 2 games a day, but since we didn't have any games Tuesday and it's Christmas and they're just perfectly laid out so you can watch them all day, and that's just what my family does, watch basketball all day. 9 a.m. on ESPN, we've got Chicago Bulls versus the Brooklyn Nets. Now, this was supposed to be a really great matchup. Pre-Derrick Rose being out again, finding out the Brooklyn Nets really weren't as good as we thought they were. But Deron Williams is back now for the Brooklyn Nets, so they're kind of starting to get better. It's the Eastern Conference game. Y'all know how I feel about it. But watch it. It's basketball, and it's on Christmas, so we'll have fun with it no matter what. 11:30 a.m. on ABC, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder versus New York Knicks. Another game where it was supposed to be really amazing because the Knicks were supposed to be really good. But now we'll probably just watch Oklahoma City smash on them, which is really exciting still, too, because Oklahoma City's really good, and the Knicks are the opposite of that. So, should be entertaining. At the very least, I'm pretty sure we'll watch J.R. Smith jack it up 18 million times, and Carmelo Anthony try to will them to win by solely trying to take over the game. Nothing else will get those, and that's usually interesting for basketball. 2 p.m. on ABC, we've got the Miami Heat versus the Los Angeles Lakers. This will be interesting, mainly because there is no Kobe. The league was not expecting that. There is no Steve Nash. He too old. He just need to retire anyway. And it's just the Heat are at full capacity and the Lakers are a young team. Pun intended. So we'll see how this goes. This may be interesting to watch. This Lakers squad without Kobe Bryant, without the old guys kind of slowing them down, see what they might be able to do against the Heat. I don't think it's a lot. I don't think it's going to be much. But we can still watch it. And it's going to be in LA. So that's entertaining. 5 p.m. on ESPN. Houston Rockets versus San Antonio Spurs. This is probably one of the most interesting games because it's actually 2 teams that are really good and could contend for playoff berths and possibly play each other. So this is actually a good game. Dwight is quietly doing well in Houston without all the lights, the cameras on him. San Antonio Spurs are just the San Antonio Spurs. No matter who you put in, when you put them in, Pop figures out how to get a team to win and be at the top of their game at all times. So that's what they're doing. Should be a great game. 7:30 p.m. on ESPN, the Clippers versus the Golden State Warriors. Those fun, young teams that like to really play it up in a lot of offense. One thing though is the Clippers have a defensive minded coach now with Doc Rivers, so they're kind of getting better at that, starting to shut people down, winning those late games through defense. It's very, 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 very good to watch. All right, so now the Christmas games are over. Thursday, 5:30 p.m., San Antonio versus Dallas. Another good game. Almost any Western Conference game. It's going to be an entertaining game to watch. Actually, even some of these ones with these teams that are lower seeds, they really, really play. It's much better than watching the Eastern Conference, which I think the last time I checked, 4 through their 8 seeds were all under 500, which makes no sense. I'm sorry, that's just, I can't understand that. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. San Antonio, Dallas on League Pass, 5:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. on TNT, the Clippers versus Portland. Portland is currently the best team in the NBA. And if you watch them, you understand. These kids can play. They are doing so well. And LaMarcus Aldridge finally coming into his own. Finally has a team around him that can do what he needs them to do. This is amazing. They are great, great, great to watch. And they have a very good bench. That's another awesome thing about them. So watch that game. Friday, 5 p.m. on NBA TV, Washington Wizards versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Both of these are under 500, and one's Eastern Conference. But Kevin Love is great. Watching him, no matter how, I don't know what's going on. I think it's more of an issue with something's going on with Ricky Rubio, and I'm not sure what it is just yet. But Kevin Love is still slamming and killing and doing everything he can. He just wants out of there. But it's entertaining. Washington Wizards are in the playoff hunt, even though I believe they're still below 500. But this could be a really good game to watch, so make sure to catch it. 5:30 p.m. on League Pass, Phoenix Suns versus the Golden State Warriors. Great, great, entertaining, fast-paced, move the ball basketball. I like that. I'm sorry, that stop and all that kind of stuff, we can't do it. Saturday, 4 p.m. on NBA TV, Brooklyn versus Indiana. This could be a kind of entertaining game. 7 p.m. This is the game to watch on League Pass. 7 p.m. the Miami Heat versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Then Sunday, 4 p.m. on NBA TV, Houston versus Oklahoma City. And 4 p.m. on League Pass, Sacramento versus San Antonio. Catch those games, y'all. I'll holla at you. Soupsies.